Yeah, beautiful people, what is going on? It's Segen's Giving! I am so nervous, but I'm calming my nerves with some, you know, positive vibes and whatnot. Anyways, is that the rain? This is going to be a vlog style of pretty much going through all the things that I buy in preparation for Thanksgiving. So this video is pretty much going to give you the breakdown. It's raining pretty bad, so excuse the rain, but so I'm at Costco right now. I am just waiting for the rain to just calm down a little bit because it just showered like out of nowhere just now. But anyways, I'm gonna be giving you guys the breakdown, the lowdown, the list, every single thing, line by line, of everything that I buy for Thanksgiving. If you guys are new to my channel, or if you guys are new to the Segen's Giving series, I pretty much make Thanksgiving every year for my family and friends. It's almost like my, you know, contribution, my way of giving thanks to my family and friends. So I love making everything Thanksgiving every year. It is hectic. It is that time of year where I just get, you know, super stressed out. I make it all, from the turkey to the stuffing to the collard greens, and I'm gonna be sharing all those recipes with you guys this year, which I can't wait for. So if you guys are interested in pretty much what I purchase for Segen's Giving to make sure that I have everything in order, continue watching. But first, before we get started, you already know I have to give a major shout out to the following people right over here. If you guys want a shout out like them, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and let me know that you did it in the comment section down below. It is that easy. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. Hey everyone, so I'm at the grocery store and I'm preparing this feast that's about to happen. So I'm gonna walk you guys through pretty much everything that I bought, and you already know I'm gonna list everything in the description box below in case you guys are preparing for Thanksgiving as well, if you're like me. But so far, this is what I got. Yes, I do carry a list with me and I organize it, so I will leave that for you guys in the description box as well. That way you guys don't have to run around produce and meat and things like that. So this is pretty much the makings, or almost the makings, of Thanksgiving. We have coffee to keep me up, give me that energy. We have the sugar pumpkins for pumpkin pie. We have the cornmeal for our cornbread. We have rosemary for everything else Thanksgiving. We have sugar, condensed milk, onions, a bunch of produce, and I still gotta pick up the turkey leg and obviously the turkey, but I also have to pick up macaroni for the mac and cheese. And just a bunch of things. I'm actually so pumped and I'm so excited. It's the first day of Segen's Giving and I'm so happy you guys are a part of the journey with me for the first time, because every year, like I said, I try to do this but it doesn't work out. So anyways, before everybody else starts staring again, I'm going to get a few more items and then I'll check out.
Excuse me, can you see this, the expiry date? I didn't get the glasses. 22. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So I just tried doing a thumbnail, that's why my mask is off, but I was wearing the mask the entire time. Anyways, I think I'm about done. I have to still go to another grocery store because it's a couple weeks before, it's like a week and a half before Thanksgiving. So the grocery store, this particular grocery store doesn't have everything just yet. And I imagine like other grocery stores don't have like a lot of the Thanksgiving things, like dried bread for stuffing and things like that. So I have to try another grocery store. And let's see my list here. Oh yeah, and I was looking for fresh cranberries for cranberry sauce, but they only have the canned and frozen. So I'm gonna try my best to find fresh cranberries and, you know, just hope for the best and try a different grocery store. But I guess that's what happens when, like, I mean, I am shopping for Thanksgiving a couple of weeks ahead of time, but I mean, I still gotta go get it. So I'm gonna try a different grocery store and hope that they have a few more Thanksgiving things. But yeah, so I'm about done. I'm happy with everything that I got. Again, I'll leave everything linked in the description box below for you guys. But yeah, we're off to a pretty great start. We're off to a great Segen's Giving. I can't wait to share all the recipes with you guys. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, I kind of shared my frustrations along the journey of getting all these groceries behind me. But before we get into the recipes, before we get into the videos and the how-tos and the step-by-steps of how to do everything, we have to prepare by our ingredients. The recipes that I'm going to be making are from scratch, so prepare yourselves, brace yourselves. There's going to be a lot, and I had to go to multiple places to get all these ingredients. But as I promised, I am going to leave all the information, pretty much your grocery list of Thanksgiving, in the description box below for you guys. And that way you guys can check it out and have a grocery list ready for you guys. So if you want to thank me, subscribe. I'm going to get right into it with the first few items that I got from the grocery store. All right, let's get into it. So let me start off by sharing one of my favorite meals that I love to prepare for Thanksgiving, and it's collard greens. I have been making collard greens for the past, I want to say 4 years now, and I absolutely love them. And this is coming from a person that just runs to like the mashed potatoes and the turkey, but collard greens and sweet potato, it's like a match made in heaven. So I picked up some collard greens. I actually am gonna pick up a few more tomorrow, but I tried to pick out the freshest ones at the grocery store, so collard greens are a must for Thanksgiving. So the standard herbs that you need for Thanksgiving are the following. It's only 3. So you need thyme, rosemary, and sage. These are all the herbs that you need to get started on Thanksgiving. So I love to use all 3 when I'm making my turkey. I love to use the rosemary when I'm making my sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes. It is so good. It makes your entire kitchen, your entire house smell amazing. So it's standard to have these 3 herbs in your kitchen if you're making Thanksgiving. So make sure you pick it up, because if you're like me, I mean, despite getting all these groceries a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving in Toronto, I've had to get, you know, ingredients very last minute, and sage, thyme, and rosemary are the first to go. It's really hard to find if you leave everything to last minute, so make sure you stock up on these 3 herbs. I also picked up 2 packs of fresh cranberries because we're gonna be making cranberry sauce from scratch, and I can't wait to show you guys. These were really hard to find because I saw a lot of the canned cranberry sauce, but I didn't want to get anything out of the can. I just want to make everything from scratch to show you guys this year, so I picked up 2 packs of fresh cranberries. Okay, so these were extremely hard to find, and if you guys are watching this and you're from Toronto and you're making stuffing from scratch, please believe the only place you can find dried like breadcrumbs like this, not dried breadcrumbs that you put on top of mac and cheese or to use when you're frying, I don't know, chicken or something like that. It's these particular breadcrumbs that you need for homemade stuffing, and I can promise you, you won't find them at No Frills, Food Basics. The only place that you'll find them is Metro. Save yourself the trip of trying to find them at different grocery stores. If you're living in the Toronto area, just go over to Metro and they have them at their deli section. For those of you guys that are watching this that want to learn how to make stuffing from scratch, you're gonna need this. Trust me. Like the other no, you don't want anything out of a box when you're making stuffing. It's best to make it from scratch. I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. So I also picked up some cornmeal because I'm going to be making cornbread this year. Cornbread made from scratch is the best thing ever. Trust me. You can buy rolls from like the grocery store to have on the side and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, I started making cornbread about 5 years ago just to see if people would like it. And it's like the first thing to go. Like I run out every single year. So that's why I got a lot this time. So I'm really excited to show you guys how I make that. All right, so for dairy, you're gonna need the following. So for cornbread, you're gonna need buttermilk. Trust me, it's worth it. I picked up a lot of butter for a lot of recipes that we're gonna be using, so brace yourselves. I picked up salted butter and unsalted butter. I also picked up a couple packs of cream in 18% and in 10%. So this is for when we make our mac and cheese, our mashed potatoes, and things like that. So I'm really excited about this. This is definitely my go-to, and I don't know what it is. The No Frills, the grocery store that I go to, they always run out of the 18%. Anywho, I asked them if they had any more at the back, and the guy was kind enough to give me a few. So I'm really excited about this. Something really excited that I'm gonna be making this year is pumpkin pie. So we're gonna be making pumpkin pie from scratch, and we need evaporated milk, or condensed milk if you will. So I picked up 2 cans of that. So speaking of pumpkin pie, I also picked up some sugar pumpkins, or pie pumpkins if you will. These are essential. If you are making pumpkin pie from scratch, don't use the, you know, the big Halloween ones. When you are at the grocery store, look for pie pumpkins or sugar pumpkins. They're much better when you are making pumpkin pie, trust me. So I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make that as well. I have a pack of sweet potato and regular white potato. Pretty self-explanatory. Oh my god, this is super heavy. So sweet potato are for my sweet potatoes, and white potatoes are for my mashed potatoes. Oh my god, this is heavy. So you already know mac and cheese, you have to have macaroni. So I picked up 2 packs of this. You don't need like more than a pack. If you are cooking for more than like 10 people, then I would maybe go for a pack and a half. But these might look small, but they double. I feel like they almost double in size. So I'm gonna be using 1 pack for each mac and cheese. Can't wait, can't wait. Speaking of mac and cheese, let me show you guys the cheese that I use. So I do get asked about my mac and cheese a lot. So let me share the cheese that I use. I use this particular cheese. I get this cheese from Costco, but you can find it at your local grocery store. It's just aged cheddar cheese. It's actually super old. It's extra old cheddar cheese. And whatever cheese you do use, like say for instance, if you are in an area where they don't have this particular brand, it's totally fine. I think what's key to mac and cheese, if you're making it from scratch, is making sure you are not using like pre-shredded cheese. Like make sure you're using high quality cheese and you're shredding it yourself. I mean, think about this. Look how big this cheese is, just to give you guys a bit of perspective. It is huge, but I love the taste of it, and I mean, I make a whole thing when I shred it. Like I put on a podcast, I chill out, and I get right into shredding it. So, or I actually get my sister or my fiance to actually help me do this part. But if you are into making mac and cheese from scratch and really want that high quality mac and cheese that everybody talks about, make sure you're not using the pre-shredded cheese. Make sure you're using high quality cheddar cheese and shredding it yourself. I also picked up 2 cartons of eggs. This is, I mean, I almost get into, I don't want to say a panic attack, but I get really, really nervous when I run out of eggs, when I'm making the cornbread, when I'm making the pies. It's just, eggs are something that I run out of a lot without even like thinking about it. So I made sure I doubled up on the eggs this year. And honestly, I'm not necessarily using like the eggs, like I'm not using 2 cartons of eggs for Thanksgiving. Obviously, I just want to make sure I have enough for, you know, breakfast and regular everyday stuff. Not every day is Thanksgiving, although I wish it was. Anywho. Okay, so the next item that you're gonna need is chicken stock. So when I make my stuffing and when I make my collard greens, I like to use chicken stock. I would substitute the chicken stock with vegetable stock if you have guests that are vegetarian for both meals. So for the stuffing and for the collard greens, that way it could be completely vegetarian for your guests if you guys have any guests that are vegetarian. But for me, I do love using chicken stock. That's just my preference, but you can use vegetable stock, beef stock, whatever you have in hand. But this is my go-to for when I make my stuffing and my collard greens. Okay, so my secret ingredient for the mashed potatoes is actually a bit of sour cream. It just brings it up to another level that people wouldn't really expect. So I add a couple of dollops of sour cream, and if you are making mashed potatoes from scratch, please, if you guys are watching this, please do not use the powdered thingy, the powdered potato mash thing. Like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know how that could, anyway, don't use that. Make your mashed potatoes from scratch. Please don't use that. But also, if you are making mashed potatoes and you kind of want to, you know, bring it up a notch, my secret is a bit of sour cream. Trust me. All right, so speaking of Segensgiving, I do make everything myself, and I'm gonna need some coffee. So I picked up 2 Starbucks iced coffees. I thought they discontinued them. I honestly thought that it was seasonal because they no longer sell them at Costco, but I did find them at No Frills at my regular grocery store, so I'm really excited for this. I'm not gonna go through both, obviously. Most likely one. I'm just kidding. But I do need something to keep me up and keep me energized. So you guys already know I love my caffeine, I love my coffee, so I have to pick this up. Because we are doing a bit of baking for Segensgiving, I had to pick up some all-purpose flour and some sugar. Whoa, okay, my wrist, oh my God. Okay. Oh, let me get a better grip. I need to get back at the gym. Like, what is going on? Why are these things so heavy for me? Anyway, so I picked up some sugar and some all-purpose flour. This is gonna come super handy for the mac and cheese, the pies that we're gonna be making, and a whole bunch of things that I can't even think about right now. Ooh, the cornbread, all of that. This is gonna come super handy for the pies, the pumpkin pie, the pecan pie, and the cornbread as well. So I had to stock up on some sugar and some all-purpose flour. Speaking of pecan pie, your girl picked up some pecans from Bulk Barn. Pecans aren't cheap. Pecans are up there in terms of like the nuts, like in the nut family. Like, they're not cheap. I honestly didn't think pecans were like popping like that, but they are. So I picked up about 1.5 pounds of pecans, and I can't wait to show you guys how I make pecan pie. So I picked up some onions for my hair. No, just kidding. I picked up some onions. I know half of you guys were thinking about that, but no, I picked up some onions because I figured I needed some, but we already had some at home, so I'm probably gonna have to make this up here or something like that. All right, we're almost done. Like, honestly, Thanksgiving might be overwhelming because of the amount of food that's there, the beautiful feast that you're about to make, but I promise you guys, this series is gonna make things so much easier and so much better for you. Honestly, year after year after year, I just get more, not only fast when it comes to like making Thanksgiving, I get more organized and I'm just more efficient. So I'm gonna be sharing tips and tricks with you along the way. So make sure you guys turn on that bell notification, that way you guys don't miss a video. So if you are gonna be making homemade stuffing with me, the base that you need for stuffing is white onion, carrots, parsley, and celery. You are going to be golden if you have these basics. Like, that's pretty much all you're gonna need. And I mean, obviously the dried breadcrumbs, but the base to make a delicious homemade stuffing are these items right over here. So make sure you pick that up, because we're not getting anything store-bought or in a box or anything like that. Trust me. If I can make homemade stuffing, so could you, and it is going to be so good, so delicious, I promise. All right, it goes without saying, garlic is a must. I mean, if you're making Thanksgiving dinner or if you're making dinner in general, garlic is quintessential in the kitchen. So make sure you pick up some garlic. If you're like me, I love a lot of garlic. I like to take one whole garlic and cut it at the tip and then throw it in the turkey. And then it turns out so good and roasted and gooey and ooey, making it so delicious. And on top of that, it will make your gravy taste amazing as well. I'm gonna show you guys how I do that, obviously, because I'm gonna be sharing all the tips and tricks. So make sure you stay tuned. Oh my God, can we talk about like how fragrant autumn is and how beautiful your house is gonna smell when you start making Thanksgiving? So I got ground ginger and nutmeg. I honestly could, like, you know when you think of a meal or you think of a recipe and the ingredients in it just take you to how beautiful it's gonna smell? That's what nutmeg, ginger, and cinnamon do. I have cinnamon at home, so I didn't pick up any extra, but oh my God, I cannot I cannot wait. So this is what I'm gonna be using for the pies, the pumpkin pie and the pecan pie. Oh my God, we're pretty much almost done. A little treat for the cook is dried mangoes. If you're like me, I love dried mangoes, so I had to pick up, I had to get myself a little treat. Like as a, you know, good job, Segen, keep going. All right, cool. So I picked up a turkey. Let me put this down because it's about, let me check the pounds. Oh, all right, so it's about 8 kilos. Like that's, I mean, that might not be heavy for, you know, a few guys that are watching this, but it's certainly heavy for me, and it's super cold. But yeah, so I picked up a turkey. So I'm going to wash that, prep that, show you guys how I do it all this week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But, oh my God, that took a lot out of me. Let's name this turkey. Best name in the comment section gets a shout out. Oh my God. And the last couple items that I picked up was some corn syrup and some whipping cream. So for obvious reasons, we are going to be using both for baking. This is pretty much for the baking process, and this is to top it off and make it look nice and pretty. All right, so I'm going to put everything in the fridge, keep it nice and organized. I had to put that turkey in the fridge. Holy smokes, that was really heavy and super wet. So now that the turkey fit, I can fit everything else around the turkey. So I'm gonna do that now. I don't get how all that fit, but it did. Okay. Okay guys, so that was a lot. I am going to wrap up this video right now. I'm gonna clean up the rest of the mess, but I'm really happy that all the groceries fit in the fridge. It's always a challenge when I go and do a huge grocery haul. But like I mentioned, again, I'll leave everything in the description box for you guys. That way, if you guys are trying to prep and get overwhelmed with what to buy or forget what to get, or anything, it's gonna be one jam-packed week. So make sure you guys are subscribed. If you aren't subscribed already, make sure that you click that notification bell. And if you want a shout out, all you have to do is let me know that you subscribed in the comment section down below, and I'll give you a shout out on my next video. Did you tell I'm tired? I've been everywhere. I feel like I've literally been to 6 different places to get everything in preparation. And I didn't touch on decor like in this video, but I will in the videos to come in the Segensgiving series, so make sure you watch out for that. But literally, like, I was all over the place. I feel like I was everywhere in Toronto. So again, if you want to show me some love, give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe for cooking videos all week long, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.